Tom, that was a surprise seeing you on the bench and then getting on for a good half hour.
Yeah, I don't think that was a plan, to be honest. Brassy asked me to come, and if it was close, last 10 minutes, try and help the team out. So, I was obviously been out for 6 weeks, and it's been quite painful to watch, to be honest. So, I just want to try and get out there and help the team. And once the game is over, I think it's more of a case to try and get some minutes under my belt, try and get up to match tempo as quick as possible.
How's the chest? I've never ever seen a footballer get a punctured lung before.
Still sore. It's not that. I've never known it, and never want one again. But it's sore, but it's going to be sore. When you break your ribs, as long as they've healed, which I went for a scan on Thursday and give me the all clear that they'd healed. So get out there and get back, get in it, and see what happens.
You talked about this run losing games. Ultimately, it's cost the gaffer his job. Was it a bad day Wednesday at the club all round?
Yeah, I'm still gutted now, and I'm gutted for them. Brassy, Sedge, Kiddo, all the backroom staff. They don't know what their futures are going to happen with their futures. So we're playing for their jobs as much as we're playing for his own. Because whoever comes in, if we keep putting performances in like that, then our futures are certainly going to be uncertain as well. You hear people saying there's obviously not coaching, and when you lose a game of football, you're obviously doing things wrong on the training ground, but you can't coach that.
No.
That's not coachable, that's just downright stupid defending, and every week we keep saying it, and it's time we manned up, like I say, and we started learning from his mistakes, but that's something we're not doing. But it's very difficult for them in there because they can't make changes because we've only got a handful of players that are fit. So I think as soon as, like I say, Craig Jones and I get back in that back four, then hopefully that can help us try and keep the goals against down.
How did you guys find out that the manager had gone?
I think it was put on Facebook and Twitter. I didn't even know. I think it was on Facebook and Twitter before anybody from the club phoned us. So it's kind of.
Have you spoken to him since?
Yeah, he come in on Thursday and said his goodbyes and had a few one-on-ones with a few of the lads, and it's a very difficult day. It's been very tough, but we've got no excuses now. We can't keep standing there, and if the fans thought it was a manager and we weren't playing for him, well, that performance again today has just shown that it's got nothing to do with the manager. It's got nothing to do with the coaching or what we do out on the training pitch, because they're schoolboy goals. You can't concede a goal and concede another two within a minute. That can't be coached. That's just down to mental attitude, and at the minute we're crumbling.
And how do you turn this around? How do you fix this now?
It's about trying to get as many players back on the training pitch as possible, and having players pushing for the places. I think at the minute it looks like a few players have become complacent, and at the start of the season we went six wins on the bounce. We had probably 20 players that were fit, and the gaffer was feeling sorry for players who's leaving out the squad. At the minute, we've got a lot of youth teams on the bench, which that's not a criticism of them, but when you've got 20 odd players in your squad, senior pros, and there's only one or maybe two on the bench, then that's where we're at. So hopefully the physios can, in the next 10 days, 2 weeks, get 2 or 3 more back out there and start pushing players in places.